East meets West.
Data powers AI. Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode, Data for AI Crosstalk. I'm Victor, and your host, and sitting across from me is the brain of our operation, our lead architecture, Echo. Hi, Echo. If you want to give us a quick introduction about who you
Yeah,
are.
yeah, of course. Hey guys, happy to be here. I'm Echo. I have served a lot of China clients in the database industry for a few years, and now I'm just a dev head first into the AI infra rabbit hole with this crazy team. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. And why we have this podcast?
Well, actually, we're a China and US cross-border team, and dive into this most slap-on corner of the AI world, the AI data. We will share raw product thoughts, frontline industry observation, and we will also just invite some heavy hitters from the field to drop their opinions. So you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Himalaya. So hit subscribe and let's fill the hidden data pools, power the entire AI era. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let's just cut straight to the point. So, Echo, let's address the elephant in this room.
Uh-huh.
We all database people, right? But these days, we don't call ourselves a data startup anymore. Why the name changed?
Honestly, because in 2026, if you tell an investor you are building a database, they will might probably fall asleep before you finish the sentence. But if you're saying, I'm doing the AI infra, and suddenly you will be the smartest person in the room. So yeah,
Got you.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So today
But
we are.
sorry,
Mhm.
I need to
Go ahead.
interrupt.
Mhm.
But I need to give the more clear definition to be seriously as an AI infra team. I'm hoping we will just building some new ways or new method for AI agent to talk with data. So basically, that's the original database before. Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
So yeah, today we are peeking back the curtain, right? Is AI infrastructure actually something new, or are we just slapping a fancy sticker on old tech?
Okay.
Right? So let's be real for a second. I'm out there talking to customers, and they are all skeptical. They ask me, "Are you guys just taking a 40 years old database, adding a vector index, and
Yeah.
calling it AI infrastructure? Isn't it just putting a lipsticks on a pig to get higher valuation?"
Okay, I get your point, and there is a lot of AI washing out there, but the core has actually shifted. Our database were built for humans before, the DBAs, the engineerings, but actually the new generation right now is built for a AI agent. So it's totally different word. You can just think about it back in the days, a human DBA, they write circles and read docs and plans and maybe execute some query very carefully. But right now, this form like agent are not the same. They won't just wait 5 minutes for an instance to spin up. And even not mention that they don't understand some complex logic like two-phase commit. So an engine will run in a fixed loop. They perceive, they
Okay.
reason, yeah, act, and then reflect. So this workflow is nothing like human behavior. So these gaps just forced us to rebuild entire database architecture from the ground up. So we aimed to natively fit agent workloads. Yeah.
So you're talking about saying we moved from serving people to serving code.
Yeah, exactly. Um, just to take the latency time, for example, like an agent may just call the database dozens or hundreds of times in one task. It slow down maybe like 50 milliseconds per query will just add up to one for a second after 20 rounds. So we will just find that for agent product, low latency is not an option, it's a hard requirement for basically usability. So in right now, the agent world, that's the differences between a smart assistant and a glitchy toy. Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
That's totally makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Like an old database, like for my opinion, just like a stove
Yeah.
for professional human chefs. Chefs
Yeah.
know how to adjust everything on their own. Now we are powering fully automatic robotic system.
Yeah.
A
Exactly.
tiny 50 milliseconds lag in response can crush the entire robot workflow.
Yeah, right. So you can see the real-time performance is very critical. We joked a lot about that. AI infra is just a buzzword chasing, but the truth is the database design right now is undergoing fundamentally restructure. This is a brand new era, totally different from the past. Yeah.
Hold on a second. You observed with those 50 milliseconds. But right now, large language models inference takes about seconds. If the brain is that slow, why does the nerve system, the database, need to be lightning fast? Does saving those 50 milliseconds in database query even matter?
Okay, actually, it matters a lot because it will
Mhm,
matter even more as models getting faster.
mhm.
Like we say, 50 milliseconds per core adds up to 1 second. Let us say around 20 iteration, but users won't call a slow agent smart. They just feel it's very lagging.
Mm.
So the key point is that the agent do not just replace human clicks. They create high frequency and machine to machine interaction circle. The human slow workflow is acceptable, but actually in the new scenario, the this trained delay of machine caused the systematical blocking, which is impossible for industrial production. Yeah.
I see, I see. So it make me feels like it's like a Boeing jet, right? You have got a thousand of sensors feeding the data to an agent that has to decide whether to adjust the engine in real time. So
Yeah.
if my SQL database is stuck doing the disk I/O while the plane in is mid-air,
Yeah.
that will be a totally disaster.
Yeah, exactly. Your
But
air,
right now,
yeah.
actually everything seems to work well. Nobody asked for a new database. You think, and we over engineering this for a problem or that doesn't exist yet?
Oh, okay. I really get this concern, and
Mhm,
we at the beginning we also just debated a little bit about this kind of problem. When agents first appeared, every infra guy just questioned the needs of brand new database. So, but from my perspective, I always think that infra is never built for today. It's built for tomorrow. The infra world just evolved slower than the AI models. So that's the truth.
mhm,
But also means we have to plan and settle a new database diagram ahead of the faster AI model occurs. So if not, the database will just become the biggest bottleneck for agent scaling. And when you talk about the over engineering, you just assumed that the system's speed just stays static, but actually it's not true. We can just recap a little bit of the infra history. It will just prove one rules to all of you, all of
mhm,
us. When
mhm,
one layer speeds up,
mhm,
the next layer will just
mhm.
become the new bottleneck.
Okay.
Yeah. Just I'm sure you have already go through this period, like when the disk from the HDD to SSD to
Correct.
NVMe. Yeah, the
Yep.
CPU is no longer the limit, and
Right.
also like the network speed up to the like 100 Gbps.
Mhm,
The serialization will become the pain point, and then
right.
now just like the same in the cloud, our large language model inference just to take around 5 seconds to do the decision. But
Mm,
with a Grok, maybe it's
mm,
down to 100 milliseconds.
I see.
But what about the local model? It will just hitting faster and faster, and
Mm,
this moving forward will just continue.
mm,
So the data latticing just will decide whether a agent product survive. It's very critical. So
I see.
yeah, at the final, I just think the agent doesn't absolutely need a brand new database product, but they definitely need a brand new data interaction paradigm. So
Mm,
that's the whole industry is still exploring the best parts forward. Yeah.
I see. I see. I think that's exactly why we see this as a huge opportunity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I have felt this shift strongly in right now, 2026.
Yeah.
I'm paying close attention to harness engineering. In the
Oh,
past, right, everyone only chased better model accuracy. Now AI is landing in factories, finance, and core industry systems. Like those high destiny data scenarios can run on legacy infrastructure.
yeah, that's the correct. Actually, from my observation, I think
Mhm.
there's no one has built a mature solution for this kind of a high density data interaction scenario in the AI world. And that's also our window, right?
Mhm.
Everyone just competes on AI brains. So
Mhm.
maybe we will just focus on building the underlying layer, the data flow, this nervous system.
Right.
So yeah, that's I think that's the untapped golden mile. Yeah, we believe in.
Mhm. But as keep going, followed by our topic is there's a scary part about this. So if I tell a customer about our agent has a root access to their database, so it means it can change the sigmas or delete tables, or they are going to kick me out of the office, right? We are basically handing a digital terrorist the key to the vault. Am
Yeah,
I right?
yeah. Um, Actually, that's exactly the huge challenge we are facing right now.
Mhm.
The agents and the human, we know they operate in totally different way, and the gap just to create a lot of real world problems. Just the first, let's say there is a mismatch between the speed of the decision making. An agent can fire off hundreds of updates in just 1 minute, but in the old time, a DBA manual review, it just doesn't match off at all. It doesn't work anymore. It's completely obsolete. And of course, we can also say there is a blurring line between the optimization and the damage from the agent to data. When an agent is just rebuilding some index to speed up some query, sometimes actually it's a smart automation, but sometimes it's just reckless destruction of the data. And no one just can define and prevent this. And also there is a observability crisis. We say when data gets broken, you will just ask your agent what happened, but it might not even notice this issue, or maybe worse, it will just make up some excuses and straight up lie to you. So this kind of flaws may be tolerated in some small, simple individual use case at the beginning, just like where we stand right now. But
Mhm.
you can, but the hard truth is that they can simply tolerate it in high stake environment, like industrial environment or finance system. So in this mission critical business scenario, on there if don't there is only one tiny mistake, it will also lead massive risk. Yeah. So
Yeah, correct, exactly. So from I just feel like it's like a super fast, talented internship, right?
yeah.
Interns, but unstable, but it's really unstable and unpredictable.
Yeah.
They hold the root password to a core production database. For finance, and the industry, this level of uncontrolled risk is totally unacceptable. So
Yeah.
are we creating a digital timing bomb for,
Okay.
for the for the whole world?
Yeah, I understand your this fear. Actually, this fear is occurred in around all of us. But what we do or what we want to do is to eliminate this fear. Actually, it comes from a cognition like we granting agent access means removing human control, but actually it's not. I think the key point is to be balanced, just like core conception of harness entry you have referred. Yeah, we need to build AI magic on guardrails. We add constraints at the infra layer. We design a lot of the harness like the data branching, the sandbox isolation, tiered verification, and auto rollback. This kind of system will just make sure our database or our agent can run in a safe data environment.
Mm,
Yeah, for example, we are also worried. If you are worried about like accidental deletion,
mhm,
we will use isolated data branches and copy on write. So agents only modify sandbox branches, and the
mm,
production data just to stay fully protected. And yeah, you have also maybe meet this kind of scenario. There is too many options need to be reviewed for a DBA, but actually right now the human cannot do that. Don't worry, we want to make sure that human just to review the change intent
mhm.
and the differences, not every single cycle. So it's still under the control. And
Gotcha.
also, yeah, about the accident, if them accident happened, like the your data
Mhm,
is damaged or something,
mhm,
we want to make sure that the branch will drop and the instant will just revert only through a one click and in few
mm,
seconds. Yeah. So of course, if you need to do some high risk schema change, it's very influence. It's very fluent in the past scenarios of the industry database. Yeah, system will just require tiered permission and gradual approval to do that. So you
mhm,
say we don't remove human control, we just redefine it. We design
mm.
constraints in advance and review results afterwards. So that's the core objective of us. Yeah.
Got you, got you. So we are not really building a big bomb, threaten the whole
Mm.
database system model to my customer,
Yeah.
or we are not building the crazy interns. We are
Yeah.
building a super expert with an emergency brake,
Yeah.
letting the AI operate safely within boundaries. So it's a tough balance, but really necessary.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why all of us just keeping building in this space. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. All right.
Yeah.
So last question, Echo.
Okay.
If AI gets so smart that it can write its own code, tone its own performance, and scale itself, won't the infra layer just will be totally disappeared? Are we building a product that will eventually observe our own job? Are we going to be lose our job?
uh, actually, I'm thinking a lot of this, and you're also the member of our team. So what's your take?
From my perspective,
Yeah.
future infrastructure will become invisible,
Yeah.
just like the water, like electricity, right? No one notice how power grid work. If AI manager manage everything automatically, are we building the technology that replace ourselves? So,
Yeah, uh, yeah, that's interesting. And I partly agreeing with you. I always believe one principle. It's also a sentence that I was is my favorite. Um, I always believe that the complex system are limited by their own complexity. So some core challenge cannot be abstracted away by AI, and this kind of part need human to undertake. AI may knows how to execute circle, but they cannot define what is safe and
Mhm.
correct to business, right? So also because they don't have the value. So of course, AI just cannot make long-term strategy, which actually is more important and the more valuable for a product or
Mm.
a industry. Yeah.
Mm.
So this kind of the technical debate and the ecosystem trade-off requires our human judgment and experiences.
Great.
Yeah. That's actually the core value in the real world.
Mhm.
And also we can see from last year to now, we have all watched or witnessed so many AI products boomed and then vanished. So honestly, I just realized that clearly the biggest gap between a demo and the enterprise product is data reliability. And
Mhm.
this reliability never just come for free.
Right.
It needs human design, needs our protection and
Mm.
long-term maintenance. So
Correct.
this is not self-replacement. I think it's more like a self-evolution. So I'm confident about that the AI database or data infra will never disappear.
Mhm.
And yeah, it may just takes on a new form.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe if you want, we can just bet a dinner on that. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I totally
Yeah,
agree
yeah, yeah.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
All right, listeners. I think this is our time for our first episode.
Yeah,
So thank you so much, Echo, join have this conversation with me,
yeah, thank
and
you.
we have enjoyed this, have a really good time with you. And next episode, we are getting into the ways how to design a system for that crazy intern agent so it won't break your business.
Oh,
So yeah, this is
yeah.
our time, and we will